Distance nerding.
James, do the autumn winter. Woo. The Raiders. He's so happy right now. Look at him. He's repping the Raiders.
How fast that happiness will fade.
I think James wanted a black and white logo, specifically because they like, it's a Raider logo. It's a Raider distance starting logo. Oh no, I'm a Niner fan until the end, bro. I will never.
And I do not care.
Yeah, no, you're not. You don't like sports ball. I get it.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now experiencing distance nerding. Oh, hey, I am your boy, Young Phil. They're the Shadoo. He's the Jamez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together.
Together.
We nailed it.
For the 270 second time. Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Also, those are my lines. Don't screw it up. I'm just kidding. Talking anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you're watching, especially, you're watching on YouTube, it's the only place you can be watching now. Hit that subscribe button, listen on any podcast app, and drop us a 5-star review. It really does help us out, guys. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, all at Distance Nerding. Hey, you want to represent Distance Nerding? You want to rock that shirt that James is wearing right now? We got merch, people. That's right. You can get over to the Distance Nerding merch site. And get some of our merch. We got so much fun stuff there, guys. Original shirts, Distance Nerding collabs. I saw that Shadoo sent me a whole bunch of new logos, so I'm going to be having new stuff that's dropping pretty soon. Distance Nerd or streamlabs.com/distance nerding/merch. You can get all of that sweet merch over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the show. Let's jump into the, as they say, the meat and potatoes, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the worst kept secret on all of the internet. It is time for Distance Nerding. Still gets me every time. I love it.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I love it so much. So let's get into this, guys. This week on deck, James, what do we got?
On this episode, we're talking Kingpin's future, some black and white details about Spider-Noir, Ruffalo slips up again, some surprising news from The Boys, Star Wars, House of the Dragons, and so much more.
There we go. James couldn't keep up with the video package.
Sorry. Too much.
I hate you. That's James's thought every time. I hate you.
Change the font. Change the font and we'll be happy.
Change. That's James's complaint on everything. I hate the font. I hate the font. Change the font. Change the font. Before we jump into all the news and everything we've got going on, James, tell everybody who brings us the show here.
Check out Colossus Girl Entertainment fan-focused Comic-Cons across the West Coast, including Beaver State Comic-Con, Metal Arc, Animed for Tri-Cities Powerhouse, Silver Age Comic-Con, and of course, Gem State Comic-Con, which is coming up very quickly. Comics, cosplay, vendors, artists, celebrity guests, and so much more. Visit ColossusGirlENT.com and plan your next Comic-Con.
See it right there. There you go. Yeah,
right there. And yes, there is some new news that came out for Gem State Comic Con. We will be posting on social media about all that stuff pretty soon.
Very, very exciting. A loss and a gain, I would say.
Yeah. There was a loss. There was a major gain, and it's going to be fun. So we'll get into more of that on social media. Just keep track of our social media, guys, and you'll see all that stuff pop up. So with that being said, let's get into the news. Let's jump into everything that we've got going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the download. Let's do this. Starting off the round of all the news. Let's talk Marvel, guys. It's straight from Jay Jonah.
All right. So this is my segment. Wilson is not doing well at the polls. Daredevil Season 2 is, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, I should say, is approaching the finale, even with production on Season 3 already rolling. The latest images, originally shared by Getty Images and circulated by the Daredevil Shots account, shows Kingpin walking the streets of New York in a way we haven't seen before, Gone is the polished political powerhouse image. Instead, Fisk is rocking a full beard, a heavy coat, and a red beanie. So the photos also play some New York campaign ads for Sheila Rivera, which is adding another layer to the shifting power dynamic in New York City. And between the trajectory of season 2 and the hints dropped in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day, it looks like the era of Mayor Fisk is coming to an end. So what do we think?
You know, I was just rewatching the Spider-Man Brand New Day like shots, and there was a shot with Spider-Man and Sheila Rivera, like she was giving him the key to the city type thing.
Yeah.
So it's all lining up chronologically.
Yeah.
Fisk is out, Rivera's in.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it seems like there's probably going to be some stuff some fallout from the end of Born Again season 2. Obviously, we haven't gotten to the end of that, but I mean, like, we're kind of seeing those Easter eggs starting to pop up a little bit, and we'll see what's going on by the end of Born Again season 2. We're getting to the nitty gritty. We're getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. So Daredevil Born Again season 3 is shaping up to take the story in a very different direction.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of New York, some Spider-Noir details are making things very black and white. The new trailer for Spider-Noir dropped. Producers Phil Lord and Chris Miller are steering this one in a very different direction. Speaking about the origins of the series, Miller explains that this project goes all the way back to their work on Into the Spider-Verse. So we do have a quote here. Actually, we have a couple quotes. The origin story was a character that we developed in the first Spider-Verse movie. We had an amazing time working with Nick Cage, Miller told Deadline. And when the idea of us making a live-action Spider show came up, this was the first idea we had, and because it felt like it was a contained universe, it was its own thing. As Miller put it, they, quote, didn't want to do something that's part of a giant web of interconnected series. Just its own little jewel of a story. It's a big jewel. By little, I mean it's an enormous jewel. It's the Hope Diamond of television. And Miller also said, one of the things that you don't think about with Noir is you're like, it's super serious. But Bogart always had a twinkle in his eye, and he was feeling clever, and he and Bugs Bunny have more in common than you think. So what do we think here? You guys see the trailer? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I watched this trailer. It looked super good. I'm excited for the show, and I was thinking about, like, am I going to watch this in black and white, or am I going to watch it?
Yeah, no, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, this is gonna. And I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, this is good. I'm in. Let's do this. I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna watch it in color.
I'm definitely doing both. I'm probably gonna watch it in black and white first, just to kind of get that there's a reason they're doing it in black and white.
Right. It's like Werewolf by Night, that same kind of
right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm probably gonna watch this show twice, which is probably their intention. That's probably what they want people to do.
Probably
double numbers, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna watch it in black and white first, and then once I watch it in black and white, then I'll go and watch it colorized and kind of see what some of the intentions were, if they're able to so sometimes you put intention in color, and when you put it in black and white, there's like an added layer to it, because it's like, okay, we purposely did this color so it showed up in black and white this way, and I want to see if they do that. They kind of do that kind of like kind of expert level filmmaking, you know what I mean? Especially with something that's noir like that. It'll be interesting. I'm definitely going to watch both versions of it just to kind of get if there's a different feeling between the two.
Yeah.
I think there is going to be a different feeling. I'm going to go color because I saw the clips with Electro, and he looked good in color. In black and white, it looked like, okay, I get it, it's Electro. But in the way the special effects looked in color, I'm in for color.
Yeah, no, it looks really fun. Like it looks ridiculous, and I'm in. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I have to try to do a mob voice. Okay. All episodes of Spider-Noir Prime Video on May 27th.
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
That's what we were looking for. We're looking for like that. Yeah, saying yeah. Spider-Man.
The Spider-Noir hit Prime Video on May 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moving on. Speaking of Spider-Man, in some not so happy news, Jon Favreau, who's been a part of the Spider-Man corner of the MCU since Spider-Man: Homecoming, has made it clear that he isn't suiting up for another round with Tom Holland's web slinger. Quote, I can give you a big spoiler. I'm not in it. He lost his memory. The filmmaker stated, I'm not a part of it. He doesn't remember me anymore. He might meet me again someday. I don't know. And yeah, so he's not in Brand New Day. What do we think?
I didn't even think about this, but like that's such a casualty that we're not going to have that Peter and Happy dynamic anymore. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
It is a massive casualty to know that you're not going to have that kind of like I love Happy Hogan being like, you know, hey, yeah, I'm the man, and it's like, well, you're not the man. Well, I'm the next man. I'm the next guy. That guy. Like I love him doing that kind of thing, and we're not going to be getting any of that. You know, but not to say that we won't get Happy Hogan in other places. We just won't see the Spider-Man Happy Hogan dynamic. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's I mean, this is a little sad instead of happy. It's a little sad, but
yeah,
I'm gonna move on.
Little sad.
Spider-Man: Brand New Day swings into theaters on July 31st of 2026, and we're gonna stay on Spider-Man for a little bit. He's certainly ruffaloing some Sony feathers with this.
Oh god,
Marvel. What
said? Oh god.
Marvel fans are once again side-eyeing Mark Ruffalo after the actor dropped a comment that may have revealed more than he intended about the future of Spider-Man in the MCU, because of course he did.
Because it's Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, exactly. The latest slip has people convinced something big is coming, or rather something a little gooey is coming. During a recent Q&A at Italy's Ministry of Education and Merit, Ruffalo casually said something that immediately caught fans' attention. Quote, I can promise you 1,000% that Spider-Man will be finding an alien in the future. So that's vague enough. But that was all it took. No name drops, no specifics, just one word that has sent the fandom spiraling into theory mode. Naturally, first suspect is Venom, the iconic symbiote who's been circling the MCU for a while now. And it wouldn't take much to bring him fully into the mix. The dangling thread lines up perfectly with one of Spider-Man's most famous comic arcs. The original 1984 Secret Wars storyline, Spider-Man acquires the black suit for the first time, which is eventually revealed to be an alien symbiote. And of course, with Marvel Studios building towards Avengers Secret Wars and pulling inspiration from both the 1984 and 2015 versions of the story, the timing feels almost too perfect.
I kind of was hoping that this was going to be one of the storylines we were going to get. I was hoping that Spider-Man in Secret Wars was going to get. I like he was going to get the black suit. I halfway want it to be the same way as in the comics, but I don't, because like the way in the comics was such a just kind of crappy reveal. Like he walks up to a machine, presses a button, a capsule comes out, and he opens the capsule, and all of a sudden his suit's black, and it's like, oh. And the whole point of that was that when Secret Wars was the original Secret Wars comic book line was an attempt to sell toys. So they were like, hey, we want to give Spider-Man a new costume. How do we give him this new costume? Hey, we'll just press a button and he gets a black suit. Cool. Now he's got the black suit, right? And what they like Marvel had to go back and say, now we need to explain this black suit. And that's how Todd McFarlane came up with Venom. Was okay, we're gonna, instead of it being just a black suit, it's gonna be alive and it's gonna be a living being, and it gets basically into an argument with Spider-Man and decides to go and attach itself to Flash Thompson and becomes not Flash Thompson, sorry, Eddie Brock. It connects itself to Eddie Brock because Flash Thompson is the second Venom, to Eddie Brock, and the anger between Eddie Brock and the anger between the symbiote combined to create Venom. So Venom is not the name of the symbiote that like they try to do in the movies. Venom is the amalgamation of the pure hatred that Eddie Brock has for Peter Parker and the hate that the symbiote has for Spider-Man, and being that they're the same person, they kind of team up together and are like, oh, it's the same guy. I hate him even more.
Yeah,
Right.
we hate him even.
We
more.
hate him even
We
more.
hate him
and,
even
and,
more.
And yeah, Venom is a combination of two different characters coming together to fight Spider-Man.
You know, it seems like they are doing the Hickman version of Doomsday Secret Wars and all that.
Yeah.
If this is the one thing that they bring over is the Venom suit or the symbiote, I'm okay with that. I think it'll be fun to be like, all right, let's just throw everything out there and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Why not a symbiote? Why not, Venom?
And see if
becomes
the
a
black
symbiote?
goo sticks to the wall.
See it.
See what he did there? See what he did there? Yeah.
That's what we call commitment to nerdcellence. And we appreciate that.
Oh my God, that might be the name of the episode right there. Commitment to nerdcellence.
Good call.
All right. So yes. So again, Spider-Man Brand New Day, swinging into theaters July 31st, 2036. Already said that. Yeah. So that is all for our Marvel news. So let's teleport over to some DC news. It is time for.
Dun, da, da, da. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm writing something down.
Are you like writing it down like on paper or are you typing it?
No, I was typing it, but I can only one hand type, and now I don't know where you guys went. Like your screen, where the hell did it go?
I'm still here. So
no, it's not.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
It has nothing to do with you guys. I literally somehow there it is. Okay, I lost the tab, and I was like, I don't know where you guys went. Okay, I'm back.
Good.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah, and it's time for. There we go.
Watching the Watchtower. This is gonna be great on the audio episode.
All right, Phil. That's all you.
Absolutely. So the One Ring to rule. Wait, hold on. Wrong franchise.
You're wrong.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, DC Studios and HBO have released a new poster for Lanterns. And before I do that, let me do that. Okay. And this one actually leans into the green. The early Lanterns trailer caught some heat for feeling a little too stripped down visually. This new poster seems like a direct response to that. The color is there, even if it's more subdued than the neon glow some expected. The poster tagline was "Only one can wear the ring."
Ooh.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
It is very interesting. Now, it seems like what they're doing is leaning into more of kind of the original thought process of the Lanterns is that there's backups, but the idea is per sector there's only one designated Lantern at a time.
Yeah.
And you'll have backups, right? So the idea is like, okay, so John Stewart obviously is going to be the main Lantern. Is where you're going with this, but it's a pass. This show seems like it's going to be a passing of the guard, right? It's Hal Jordan teaching John Stewart the ropes, and John Stewart is going to be the new Green Lantern. I know a lot of people start asking, well, where does
Guy Gardner
fit into this?
Yeah,
Guy Gardner's the backup. Guy Gardner is if Hal
Very
Jordan
clearly the backup.
Yeah, Guy Gardner is if Hal Jordan can't perform his duties, Guy Gardner steps in.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is hilarious with Guy Gardner, but
Yeah. Considering Guy Gardner is an actual cop and then he becomes a space cop and they're still like, yeah, no, you're the backup. You're the bench warmer.
Right.
And John Stewart is the main Green Lantern. Again, there are multiple Green Lanterns across. There's probably about 7 human Green Lanterns at this point. But like John Stewart gets replaced by Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner gets replaced by Jessica Cruz. Jessica Cruz gets replaced by Simon Bass. And it keeps going down the line, right? So I mean, like it's basically when they say I think they're going to lean into there being one Lantern in a designated sector and then backups to that character. Hal Jordan, when he gives up the ring, he doesn't stop being a Lantern. He just goes and becomes a legacy Lantern. So he goes more. He kind of starts working towards honor guard. In the comics, I mean, this is where he starts becoming Parallax. But I mean, like, this would be, he would go into honor guard, and he would be more of like a galactic cop. So he'd be more like FBI rather than being just a local cop.
Yeah.
Instead of patrolling one sector,
GBI.
he would kind of
LBI.
patrol all of it. Yeah.
Right. He patrols the entire galaxy. Right.
Yeah. No,
I'm interested to see what happens with this show. Like, I get that it's stripped down, and we didn't see a lot of Green Lantern stuff happening in the trailer that we got or the footage we got. I'm okay with it. I kind of just want to see where it goes, and I think they're holding everything back for like the reveal in the show.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that'll be more impactful than like, hey, let's show all the Green Lanterns, flying around right now in a
I mean, this is the show I've been most excited for. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Green Lantern. That's kind of how I got into a lot of nerdy stuff. So yeah, I'm really interested in how they do this. I think the idea of doing kind of a cop show, it's kind of a true detective thing, is really interesting. And does fit the vibe of what the Lanterns are supposed to be. So yeah, I'm really curious. I'm interested where they go with this.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and move on. We're sticking within all this DC stuff that's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Lanterns is set to premiere on HBO this August, so we don't have an exact date on it, but it will be coming up in August. We know the time frame. And I mean, that's coming up sooner than you think.
We were just talking about this last week. There's so much dropping, like starting like right now, that between now and August, we won't even think about it because there's going to be so much else coming out.
Yeah, right. Exactly. One thing that we know is not going to be coming out anymore: DC's Authority on DC's Authority. When DC Studios unveiled its ambitious new slate back in 2023, one of the more unexpected titles on the list was The Authority. A lot of people didn't know what The Authority was and didn't know what direction James Gunn was going to go into that. The anti-hero team, known for their ruthless ends justify the means philosophy. So now the filmmaker and DC Studios co-CEO has finally clarified what happened and why the project has been put on ice. Originally introduced in 1999 by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch under DC's Wildstorm imprint, The Authority built its reputation on pushing superhero storytelling into a moral gray area. Gunn addressed both the rumors and the project's current status, saying the script wasn't quite there. But more importantly, it didn't work in terms of the larger DCU, both in terms of the story and the practical concerns. Maybe someday, just not soon. So this isn't a permanent goodbye to the project, but it also isn't something DC Studios is circling back to anytime soon. What do you guys think of this?
I was hoping I was interested in this mainly because, we're so used to seeing the DCU and what we know as traditional DC, but bringing in the Wildstorm stuff,
right,
would be kind of interesting and like a new spin, something fresh. And, Wildstorm tended to skew a little bit older in demographics. So like what he said there, like morally gray territory. Yeah, that's Wildstorm.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see, but that sucks that we're not going to get it right away.
Yeah, it's I was always curious about. Yeah, again, I didn't know about The Authority until then, and I'm like, this is really interesting. This is and kind of an interesting concept, a fun idea. It kind of was the origin of a lot of what we're seeing now with kind of the more mature or morally gray takes, like The Boys, like Invincible, like exactly, where it was kind of the origin point of a lot of that, and so it would have been really interesting. We got the engineer in Superman. She's
right.
I was going to bring that up.
I was going to say because between that and having Ultraman, it was kind of like, okay, so we're getting introduced to a lot of Authority characters, but I mean, it seems like at this point now it's just another way to just have characters that exist within the world.
Yeah, and that's interesting. Yeah, I hope this gets followed up at some point because I think they're really fascinating concept and a really interesting, some really interesting story possibilities there. But you know,
Even in
it's,
you didn't see much of the Wildstorm stuff crossing over, into DC. They kind of kept it separate, which it's kind of a bummer. I would like to see, like, I think the only thing that ever crossed over, just thinking off the top of my head, it would be like Grifter. Was like the one character that crossed over into like main DC stuff.
yeah. I mean, like I could see if we get like a President Lex Luthor storyline at some point, which seems to be coming.
Yeah.
That the chaos after all that happens, we could get like a Superman versus the Authority, where we get that whole thing where they try to take over the world or whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna have been really interesting. But yeah, we'll see. So I mean, I'm glad it's not completely off the table, but I'm a little disappointed that it's not coming as soon as
I understand. It's like, the story has, like, the overall overarching story has changed, given some of where some of the stories have gone, probably where some of the script writing has gone, and they're just kind of like, you know what? I think this is going to move in a different direction, and the Authority just doesn't fit in that kind of direction that we're moving.
That's fair enough. I would rather prioritize, telling good stories over including fan service and characters and all that. So
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Gotham guy. Wildcats Stormwatch was my favorite Image comic from Wildstorm. Absolutely, man.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's really good. So moving into a territory that I'm extremely excited for. I think in our group chat we were talking nonstop about this trailer. So I'm very excited for the news that we're going to talk about next here. But before we do that, until we find out more about the Authority and everything like that, Supergirl flies in the theaters June 26th.
Woo!
So we can be excited for that. Super excited for that.
2 months away. Jeez.
It's not that far away, man. So again, very excited about this. Do you want to play a game? No? Okay. Let's just wipe your face away then. It turns out that the upcoming Clayface movie isn't just another DC side quest story. And that makes this whole thing all the more exciting. James Gunn has given an updated timeline. Gunn revealed the update in response to a fan question asking if the movie takes place before or after Superman. And Gunn responded saying, before. It's the first DCU film out of chronological order. That makes me so happy. Gunn has already made it clear this isn't a superhero movie with scary elements sprinkled in. It's a legit horror film set inside the DCU.
Interesting.
I love it. I saw the trailer. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks just crazy. Yeah.
This is genre bending at its finest. Because here's the thing. Marvel's tried to put their hand in this for a while, right? And it's always been a superhero movie that has an element of something else.
Like Multiverse Madness or
Multiverse Madness was meant to be a superhero movie that had horror elements, right?
Yeah.
Meant to be kind of like more of a horror take, and it had some horror elements in it, but it wasn't full on horror, right? Some of the early Marvel movies were 100% like, different genres, right? Like you had tragedy.
Kind of the point,
right. DC is taking that and taking it a step further. They are making a full on horror movie and then making it fit within DC.
Yeah.
And that is going to make this whole thing that much more lived in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The other thing that made me excited about that same interview was when they asked them what storyline in the comics Clayface was going to be based on. They said none. And most people, most people would cringe and go, "What do you mean none? You're going to base it off of nothing?" He goes, "No, I based it off the animated series." That made me so excited. He based it off the 2-story arc from the animated series.
That's
which,
awesome.
Again, the animated series, Paul Dini and the way that he wrote that show, it was so masterful. Nothing but masterpiece. He recreated Two-Face. He recreated Heart of Ice.
Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze's story arc was changed in a way that made him such a tragic character that you felt so bad for, right?
Mhm.
And then now they're taking Clayface, And they're taking a story about Clayface again, another really tragic story because they're really good at writing tragedies. And basing the entire movie on that, I'm 100% in. I
Yeah.
am not there's no between how good the trailer looks, knowing what they're basing it off of. I have no notes. Basically, is what I'm gonna say. No notes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. And if we get to a point where by the end of the movie, Matt Hagen is that much more of a leaning into the fact that he's a monster, right?
Yeah.
Because by the time Matt Hagen becomes the Clayface that he is, he just nonchalantly just does what he wants and everything like that. And we know Clayface already exists because he
Yes.
was in Creature Commandos.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. By the way, voiced by Alan Tudyk. There you go.
Voiced by Alan Tudyk, because Alan Tudyk plays everything in
Yeah. But
Mm.
this kind of goes to what we were talking about. Was it last week or the week before, where it was like everything in DCU has been in chronological order so far? So this is the first one that's outside of that chronological order of projects.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see if this does really well, if they're going to continue doing more Clayface, and maybe, I don't want to say retcon, but maybe retcon what happened in Creature Commandos and find a way to bring Clayface back into the main storylines.
Well, I don't. You got to remember, like, even with the way that they kind of like X'd out Clayface in Creature Commandos, you can't truly kill Clayface. If
Yeah.
Clayface has even like like a speck of himself that survives, he can regenerate from that entire thing. Like
Yeah.
Clayface he's a scary character.
He's kind of like a symbiote, kind of like Venom.
He almost kind of is, like, because he can come back from a lot.
Yeah.
Matt Hagen is. He is truly a scary character in what he's able to do and the things that he does on a regular basis. So even though they kind of like, messed his ass up in Creature Commandos, you can't really like keep Matt Hagen down like that. He will come back.
I hope so. That'd be fun.
It's also really easy to write him back into a story.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
So the date that we've got on this, Clayface will ooze its way into theaters October 23rd, 2026, just in time for Halloween.
Woo! As it should be.
So happy with all this. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, before I get even more excited with everything that's going on in DC and all of that, that is the end of watching the Watchtower, which means, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Dubby. Ooh. That's right. Dubby's a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. That easy, guys. Head over there, get some of those new flavors, and get that Raider 10. They're going to get no they're going to get no discounts if they put Raider 10 in there.
No. In fact, you're going to get upcharged about $10.
Probably more than likely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from Marvel and DC. Let's get into the rest of the news out there. We got some one shots. Chamez, tell everybody what to be excited about. It's time for headlines.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. Let us know what you're nerding out on. First one is The Mummy is on the move. The upcoming fourth film in the franchise has shifted its release date. The old May release window isn't going unused, though. It's now set to be taken over by Miami Vice 85? What? Starring Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler. I forgot that was even happening.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. So the fourth installment of The Mummy will rise from the crypt October 15th, 2027, and the new Miami Vice 85 is sliding into theaters May 19th, 2028.
That means they're ahead of schedule on The Mummy, and I'm very excited for that because I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this.
Which is interesting because we got the announcements not that long ago, maybe like 2 months ago. So they must have been working on this for a while now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, have they done principal for this already?
Apparently.
I'm just that makes me curious because I know they've all been making like appearances and whatnot, and they all look pretty good, man. Like if you look at like the way that they've been looking lately.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I didn't realize they had already gone through principal photography on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, next one. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Oh,
Yeah.
I meant to say Hopper.
Please never do that again, James.
Sorry. Lionsgate upcoming Rambo prequel just added some serious grit to its lineup. David Hopper from Stranger Things, has officially signed on to John Rambo. The movie's called John Rambo. Stepping into the role of Major Troutman, the commanding officer who shapes the future war machine, played by Noah Centineo. Production is already underway in Bangkok, Thailand, with Lionsgate set to handle distribution. No official release date when we will be returning to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Oh, sorry. You said not to do that again. My bad.
Well, we are the nerds that can find whatever you may need. So.
Stupid! Stupid!
If I had a chance, I'd go back in time because
It really pisses me off to no end.
it's going back in time. Fans of It, Welcome to Derry, know the series is digging deep into Stephen King's original novel and pulling out the stuff that has never been adapted before. Now, creator, director, and executive producer Andy Muschietti is opening the door to what's coming next, and it sounds like season 2 is going to take things in a grim, unexpected direction. Interesting.
Ooh.
Muschietti confirmed that the follow-up will jump back in time to the 1930s
Yes.
and center on a lesser-known but brutal subplot from King's book. No set date when we will be returning to Derry. You know anything about that one?
I'm trying to remember what it is. I think this one was the I'm trying to remember which event it is. I think the next one is the sawmill.
1930. See, there's a clown running around with a balloon. Yeah.
But I mean, so there's a whole bunch of stories that happen within Derry itself, right? I mean, you got to remember a lot of his stories center around Derry. And they're basically what they're saying is that he has been there during a lot of these events, these major events that have happened within Derry. And again, they're tying everything together. They're really doing what the other show on Hulu was trying to do for the longest time. I don't remember which one it was, but the name of it. But yeah, so like there was another Stephen King. Castle Rock.
Yeah, there you go.
They're really doing well what Castle Rock was trying to do, but doing it in a way that kind of ties everything in even like more together.
Yeah,
and it gets me excited with all this. I really
now the
like
real question. Sorry, go.
No, I was just saying I really liked season 1.
Yeah. Now the real question is, will Nick Cage be in this?
Probably not. Probably not.
We'll see.
All right, moving on. Looks like Transformers may have a flat tire. The director Stephen Capel Jr., who brought us the Transformers Rise of the Beasts, shed some light on where things stand with Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. I forgot we were going to do that too. He said it's next in line. I am not part of the next Transformers film, but it's still in development and there's still time. You just never know. So there's no confirmed release window, no confirmed production timeline, and no Capel Jr. attached to the next film. That leaves the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover with their wheels spinning. Womp womp.
Yeah.
Given how bad the G.I. Joe movies have been, because I mean, we have friends that have worked on the G.I. Joe films and are just like, yeah, no, they're not good.
First off, how dare you? Secondly, you're right.
I was gonna say it's our mutual friends. I mean, but you know, like we know people who have worked on those on a couple of films, and we're like, yeah, no, don't go watch that movie. It's terrible. And like the GI Joe movies have not done a good job of adapting GI Joe. They're not like really making. They're kind of making a farce out of Cobra. And GI Joe is just kind of like, you know, instead of being really good soldiers, they're like leaning in on, oh, well, they're future soldiers and stuff like that. Like, dude, make war movies, with compelling characters. And if you make like, so there was a cartoon called GI Joe Resolute that was a update on GI Joe, where Cobra basically snaps out of it and becomes like what he's supposed to be. He becomes like the world's most deadliest terrorist.
He blows
and
up Moscow. In
he
like the
blows
first
up Moscow within the first 5 minutes of the first episode. He drops a nuke on Moscow, and it's like and again, the idea is just to show that he has more resolve than the UN, right?
Yeah.
And that forces them to get GI Joe to step up and pursue him, right?
Mhm.
And there's a lot of references to the original show where he's just coming in going like, you know, in the past I've done this, well, no more. You know, the world will never take me as a joke ever again. Like they made a very serious take on the show. We need something like that in live action. If we're gonna do live action, make Cobra a threat.
I agree with you. But something else kind of pops in my brain.
Mhm.
How they're handling Street Fighter and how it's still action, but it's also like oddly retro and campy. I don't know. There's something that attracts me to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's hardcore, go into it with you know, kind of make a war story type film, or if it's lean into the retroness of it all and give me a Street Fighter-esque type version of GI Joe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it campy, like make it an '80s action thriller, action film. You know what I mean? Just when you're doing it, I mean, okay, look at the way that Dave Dismalchin is playing M. Bison,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He is very much a credible threat, but he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
And the way that they're like he is the way that Dave described it is he's playing a character who has the gift of gab. He's a character that is so incredibly charismatic that you cannot help but follow everything that he does. And that's what Cobra Commander needs to be.
Yeah.
Right. So with that, we need good GI Joe before we get crossover with Transformers. Transformers is hit or miss. They've had a couple of films that have like kind of righted the franchise. But I mean, you know, they already announced that the next full Transformers film, they're giving it back to Michael Bay. And it's like, I don't why? I don't want another Michael Bay Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Also, don't let it slip that you and Dave Dismalchin are on first name basis. I heard you like Dave said this, and then Dave said that. When I was hanging out with Dave, okay, I get it.
I hung out with Dave for like less than 5 minutes, man. It wasn't very. It wasn't I hung out with Dave. It was hey, we had like a couple of words backstage while he was heading back to his table.
Get it.
Joe is friends with Dave. That's different.
Yeah, that is okay.
I'm friends. I'm 1 degree away from Dave Dismalchin.
Yeah.
Like I'm friends with a guy who is friends with Dave Dismalchin. That's
right.
different.
Yeah.
I think I picked up a pen that Dave Dismalchin touched after he left. So
Anyway,
is that 1 degree? I think that's 1 degree.
Anyway.
All right, moving on.
Rebecca.
The precious is coming sooner than expected. Now I feel like Shadoo's imitations and voices.
You sound more
Please
like
save
Igor.
me. What?
You sound more like Igor.
All right, fine. Okay, you got to go.
I was going to go with, Larry the Platypus.
A platypus? Perry the platypus? The precious is coming sooner than expected.
A ring? The One Ring? Oh. Anyway.
Rings us. Rings the one rings us.
Okay, that's a pretty good
Read the
Gollum.
damn story.
Shadoo, yours is like Irish Gollum. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 3 has just landed an interesting update. The next chapter could arrive much earlier than the rumored 2027 window. Interesting. Season 3 is gearing up to shift things forward significantly with both in timeline and scale. The story will jump ahead several years, placing the narrative right in the middle of one of Middle Earth's most pivotal conflicts. A new report suggests the studio is eyeing a release sometime this year.
Oh,
Interesting.
Interesting. I wonder if it is like the War of Rohan, or if it is the lands in the middle of Rohirrim or something like that. Like, if you're kind of like telling events of things that happened in uh in Middle Earth's past,
yeah.
but things that are like more that are closer to getting to like the Hobbit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm. I do like this trend of content and projects coming out sooner than expected.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. I think release dates are changing, and like I bet other studios and other projects that are shifting and whatever is changing things
Yeah.
for others. But I'm all for getting projects earlier than expected, as long as it's still good.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
Exactly.
interested.
As long as they're
Right.
quality, it's
Again, when it comes to that kind of thing, and I'm agreeing with you on this, when it comes to this kind of thing, it definitely needs to be, they're not pushing it and putting it in crunch time, that
Mhm.
it's coming out because it's ready. They just happen to get things done early.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see, and that's what I think it is. I think it's just sitting. Like it could just be like, "Hey, we're gonna finish this early. You guys want to do something with it, or
Right.
just put it on the shelf for another year?" I like that.
Right.
Like a streamer like Prime is like, you know what? Let's put it out. Let's get it out there.
Yeah.
I think Amazon is also finally starting to lean into, we are going to put product out there, and whether you like it or not, it's going to be out there. We are telling a narrative. We're going to tell that narrative, and if you don't like it, then you can strike it later on.
Yeah,
Right.
which I like because
Mhm.
I have this conversation with my wife. She's like, "Hey, besides Daredevil," I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she's like, "What else is Disney Plus putting out?" I'm like, "Yeah, huh? Well,
So, Mall is the big thing right now.
there's Maul, but
Yeah.
she's not interested in Maul. But she's like, give me more. What else are they doing?" I'm like, there's Spidey and his friends, and now there's an Iron Man version of that, and I think there's gonna be a new season of Bluey. And she's like,
The Secret Life of Honeybees.
Secret Life of Bees. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
interested.
me and Jackie actually watched it. It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you finding time to watch bees. That's good. Good for you.
She put it on while we were it was a night show. She put it on while we were laying in bed.
No.
But it was one of those things where like she would pass out and I'd just be like awake watching honeybee facts. Like, I can't go to sleep. This shit is too interesting.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
All right. The dance is only just beginning. HBO has dropped the latest trailer for House of the Dragon Season 3, and it makes one thing clear. Whatever hope you had left for the peace in the realm, that is gone. The
Yes.
new trailer dives straight into the chaos as the war between the Greens and the Blacks spiral further out of control. Mark your calendars. Fire and Blood returns June 21st. See, there's another one that's just
Yeah.
a
It's
pop-
just coming out. It's like, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
interested.
No, I'm I'm very, very excited for this. Obviously I loved Nine and Seven Kingdoms. It's been probably my favorite Game of Thrones show so far. But House of Dragon's great, and I'm excited to get into more of the war and conflict and sieges and all that fun stuff. So I'm
I love how like the trailer opens on Damon, like just basically getting ready to go to war. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, like for being someone that I want to hate. Like, I really want to hate Damon Targaryen, like a lot. He's so interesting to watch.
He's a terrible person.
Yeah,
But-
like he's so interesting to watch, and I think a lot of it is just because Matt Smith is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like Damon Targaryen is 90% of my reason for watching this show. I mean, I obviously Rhaenyra is a big deal too,
Yeah.
but it's like less than Rhaenyra, Daemon Targaryen, and then of course all the drama between Rhaenyra and Alicent Hightower.
Yeah.
All of that on there. But then seeing just kind of the family lines and kind of like the history of the Targaryen line leading to eventually getting to Aerys and why Aerys is such a fucking crazy shitbag.
Right. Exactly.
Comparison?
Huh?
Ready for a comparison? Damon is the Randy Orton of Game of Thrones.
He kind of is.
He's like evil. He's gonna be bad, but like you want to like him, and then he shows signs of like being good, and he's doing the right thing. And you're like, yes, this is why I like this guy.
Yeah, and then he RKOs,
and then he does some other shitty thing, and you're like, oh,
turns heel. Yep.
Yeah,
he just RKOs the good guy.
And then you're like, well, maybe he should have. Yeah, it's kind of okay.
I mean, overall, I still like, and this is kind of a deviation for a second, but WrestleMania should have gave him the strap. They should have gave him the strap. They should have gave him the strap.
Also, Cody kind of needed to be punt kicked. That's how it goes.
Kick Cody in the nuts. Like I said, not anything against Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes, and like no matter what, if people hate Cody Rhodes, love Cody Rhodes, whatever it is, I love Cody Rhodes. I also felt like because of how much Randy leans face for being a heel. He's very Stone Cold Steve Austin in that way, where he is trying to be a heel, but he's still a face no matter what, because everybody loves Randy Orton. I almost felt it didn't even end up happening, but I almost felt like Cody was going to go heel, and I was like, we need corporate Cody heel. We need the version of Cody Rhodes that was the MJF heel in AEW that everybody loved. I love Cody as a face, but I need heel Cody. Okay, let's move on because I will talk wrestling all day.
I will just say this.
I will understand none of what you're saying. It'll be great.
Yeah. It'll be him and Sammy finding a way to team up to be like corporate heels or something. They're gonna turn heel.
As a heel has been great. I love Sammy as a heel again, dude.
The crowd is already turning them both heel. Okay, we're gonna move on though.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Class is not in session at Godalkin University. The Boys spinoff Gen V has been canceled after 2 seasons, closing the chapter on the chaotic halls of Godalkin University. The Boys season 5 is airing now, with a finale planned for May 20th. I actually really liked Gen V.
Yes,
I love that it was in the Boys world, but it was telling it was strong enough that it didn't have to lean on the main show, but when it connected, there was good payoff.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad that this is going away because I thought it had legs.
It did. The thing is that also the season finale, and now it's going to be the series finale of Gen V, did tie up a lot of stuff in the way that their current storylines in Gen V had all been tied up, and what was left is going to get tied up in the Boys. They've already said that the Gen V characters are going to be in the finale of the Boys, and they've been. If you haven't been paying attention to the Boys and what's going on the Boys, they have made a lot of references to the Gen V characters, but they have not showed up in the show yet. So there's been a lot of, hey, where is this character? And they're like, yeah, no, they've been nowhere to be found. We can't find them. They went on this mission and we can't find them anymore. And we got to figure this out and stuff like that. So they've made references to them going missing. And
I hope they finish that story though.
Well, supposedly they are supposed to be a part of the finale. So they're supposed to play a big part in the finale. I think there's going to be something along the lines of that the V Serum 1. Again, spoilers if you guys haven't been watching The Boys. Homelander's whole quest right now is trying to find a version of the Generation 1 serum, because the Generation 1 serum anybody who survived the tests for Generation 1 serum was immortal. And he wants that immortality. So he's trying to find a version of that serum so he can get immortality. And the only other person that has his version of his serum is what's her name from Gen B? I'm forgetting her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her
The
name.
main character from Gen B. But she's the only other character that has his version of his serum.
Yeah, besides Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy has an earlier version of the serum.
Bro. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So like Soldier Boy, Stormfront, and there was another character. They have immortality, so they can't die. I mean, they can die, but they don't die of old age.
Yeah.
All right. Prime Video is still pushing forward with the next phase of its twisted superhero universe, with VOT Rising now confirmed to arrive in 2027.
Yeah, and that's going to be, we'll see
That's pretty
Soldier
cool.
Boy, and right, so I was going to say we'll see Soldier Boy, we'll probably see Stormfront again. She had a different name. I don't remember what her name was, because when they brought her up to Soldier Boy, he was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And they gave her original name. He goes, "Oh, that crazy bitch."
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Who stole my cabbages?
Hi, James. Hi.
No,
This is
I
my
wanna do it.
segment.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay,
so he's
all right.
doing to you what you did to me.
He was doing yes.
You know what I
I
was
I
gonna do?
didn't know
Actually-
if it was intentional revenge or not.
And
What
actually,
what I was gonna do is give you Game of Thrones, but you let me do Game of Thrones. But I was gonna give you Game of Thrones and
Yeah,
take
because
Avatar.
it's marked as
Yeah.
your
But
segment.
all that was in my head, and
I
I
was
expected you to
respecting
just know that.
respecting what we claimed here.
before we get into the next segment of the news, James, or actually Shadu, tell us.
Disconcerting is part of the Geek Freaks Network. Discovering your latest binge, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist? The Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people. Geek out your way. Check out the Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com. Once again, that is gfpods.com.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gfpods.com. See, what's an internet? Newfangled internet with your emails and whatnot. Yeah.
So, as James said, who stole my cabbages?
My
There's
cabbages.
serious drama swirling around the legend of Aang, the last airbender. According to reports out of Singapore, a 26-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the leak of the upcoming Paramount Plus film.
Cool.
Authorities say the suspect managed to gain unauthorized remote access to a media server where he downloaded a digital copy of the unreleased movie and then distributed it online. Under Singaporean law, unauthorized access to computer material can carry a penalty of up to 7 years in prison and a fine reaching $50,000.
Holy cow.
My gods. This is, man. All right. Well,
But this, I heard it was kind of a big deal, like especially with a copyright law like this, because it wasn't like somebody had a copy from internally and leaked it. This was somebody like hacked
somebody
into
hacked the yeah.
the
Like,
server
man.
and got it.
You got to be committed for that.
Yeah. You really had to watch Avatar.
Yeah, you really, yeah. So yeah, well, Legend of Aang is still scheduled for an October 2026 release on Paramount Plus.
And
Yeah.
they're also still fighting it to get it into theaters. I know a lot of fans
Mhm.
want to see this in theaters.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
would.
Okay, if Paramount Plus is smart with this, because they're being dumb about it right now and saying we're just gonna put it on Paramount Plus.
smart.
If they end up deciding to put it on Paramount Plus, and it gets a lot of traction, they need to do what Netflix does and says, "Hey, we're gonna put it in theaters for a limited release. Here's a week, and we're gonna put it in theaters for this week." And if it fucking does gangbusters, then we're gonna extend it. You know what I mean? Like
I would imagine it would if they put
Yeah.
it in theaters.
that's what they need to do is do what Netflix does and says, "Hey, here is K-pop Demon Hunters. This thing is absolutely insane as far as popularity goes. We're gonna put it in theaters for a limited run, and then they sell out the theater because of that run, right?"
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people where like I will go I'll probably watch it day one on Paramount Plus. Love it so much that I'll see it. They say that they're going to put it in theaters. I will go watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
I was just looking up.
Well,
Okay. I was just looking up Avatar: The Last Airbender and where to watch it. For some reason I thought it was on Netflix, but it is on Paramount because I assume people are going to want to watch the series over again.
It was on Netflix at some point, but
Yeah.
That's what like brought back the popularity of Avatar: The Last Airbender when it was on Netflix.
And it's got live action on it.
Right. And then now it being on Paramount Plus. I know that the Paramount Plus is trying to kind of create like, you know how like when you go to HBO Max or it's just Max now, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's back to HBO Max.
Whatever HBO Max is. It's
a HBO streaming service.
Right. When you go to HBO Max, there are sections. So you can go to like DC and there's like a whole DC section, or you can go to Harry Potter and there's a whole Harry Potter section. They're trying to do the same thing on Paramount Plus with Avatar and create like an entire like world of Avatar area within the app.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha.
All right. So we're moving on. Dr. Jones. A piece of toy history that fans never thought they'd get their hands on is now up for grabs, and it's got collectors paying serious attention. A canceled short round action figure from the 1980s has finally appeared for auction, giving fans a rare shot at owning something that was never meant to leave the prototype stage. Back in the 1980s, LJN took a swing at producing a full Temple of Doom toy line. So several figures were designed, including Short Round, Willie Scott, and a minecart version of Indy, but most of them were scrapped before hitting shelves. Only 3 figures ever made it out into the wild: Mola Ram, Giant Thudgy, and Indiana Jones himself, of course. Now, one of those lost figures has resurfaced. An unpainted prototype of Short Round is currently up for auction through Hakes, and collectors are already driving the price up. Memorabilia tied to Harrison Ford has proven especially valuable, including his fedora from Temple of Doom, which sold for $300,000.
Fuck, man.
Eek.
It's more than my house.
Yeah.
It's not more than my house. That's a lie. But I mean, that's still
that's
yeah.
Again, at time of writing for the action figure, bids have climbed past $1,000, with expectations landing somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000, which seems pretty low for an auction, but it's still an insane amount of money for
So 2 things I've got to ask James directly, right?
Yes.
Number 1, James, how much are you going to bid on that? 2,
or how much have I bid on?
How much have you bid on it? And 2, I need you to give me your best okie dokie Dr. Jones.
Okie dokie Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones.
Because I think you're the only one that it can do it without getting canceled. So
he grew up in San Francisco. He can do it. But LJN's making a comeback. LJN is also producing some WWE figures right now.
Oh, are they doing the classic big body ones?
Sort of.
Because I saw them promoting it during WrestleMania, and they have a rock version of it.
Yeah. So those are coming. Those are making a comeback. I can't believe that they expected it to only go to $2,000. I was like, what? That doesn't seem like much.
That doesn't seem low for that. Yeah.
And I was thinking, just talking about this, just the articles coming out, just us talking about it, that it's going to drive up these prices.
Yeah.
It totally
and if you want to help drive up the price, go to Hakes.com.
I'm on it right now, looking at it.
Of course you are. If we end up getting it, then we'll
right now
give it away at 2,000 subscribers or something.
The bid is only $1,300.
Oh no, come on.
This is doable. This is in the wheelhouse. If the wife ends up going where's the $1,500 that we had in the bank account? I'm like,
don't worry about it, honey. Don't worry about it.
Look at this cool action figure I got.
And what really surprises me on this is Kiwi Kwan is on such a tear for his career right now. He's on all kinds of crazy things. Mm-hmm. And it's that alone, you would think people would try and go. It's one of his first roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
totally
we
agree.
will see.
And this is a prototype.
Yeah. Prototypes
Unreal-
usually sell like crazy. Like the
Yeah.
Boba Fett prototype is like worth fucking millions now, dude.
Yeah, this is like the rarest of the rare. This is like a few
Well,
of these made, and that's it.
we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. So moving on, somehow Gina Carano has returned. The Star Wars franchise might not be done with Cara Dune just yet. With the Mandalorian universe expanding with the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, Gina Carano has stirred up speculation after revealing she recently reconnected with Lucasfilm leadership. Carano first stepped into the role of Cara Dune in The Mandalorian's Chapter 4, Sanctuary, quickly becoming a fan favorite character. And then obviously we're going to kind of go through what happened there. Plans were in motion to give her a bigger spotlight with a spin-off series titled Rangers of the New Republic, but that project was scrapped following Carano's controversial social media comments. Lucasfilm then cut ties with her. What followed was a messy period that saw her career shift into smaller, direct-to-digital projects, including some things from some streaming services that is, Anyway, that chapter took a turn last year when Carano settled her lawsuit with Disney. At the time, Disney said it looked forward to identifying opportunities to work together. It seems those conversations weren't just corporate talk, even though they very much sound like it. Carano confirmed she's already spoken with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau following the settlement. She said, Dave Filoni taking over CEO of Star Wars, and it's like we didn't even miss a beat, and Jon Favreau was really funny. Got on the Zoom, and he's like, so where did we leave off? So we'll see.
She's
Yeah,
back.
what do we think about this?
So this is my question to you guys. Knowing that she's back and that she's already had meetings with Filoni and Favreau, is she going to end up in Mandalorian and Grogu?
I don't think she's going to be in Mandalorian and Grogu.
No.
I think she would have already started making all kinds of noise about that. Were that a thing?
Yeah.
Right. Because she is the kind of person that would be like, see, I won. I'm in Mandalorian and Grogu.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like
It's
that. So, if they do bring her back, whatever. Right. Like it's
See, the thing is, I liked her character. I don't really like her. So
right.
this is the
She's
problem.
the problem. Her character's fine.
Her character's fine. If she can separate that from her other weirdness, then it's fine. So
I don't know.
And I was excited for the Rangers of the New Republic thing. Kind of sad we never got it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Though
it
you
sounded
still
cool.
might get it somehow.
We might. It'd be cool.
I don't think it'll come in Rangers of the New Republic. I think it'll be some different type of project. Mainly because obviously they've moved on from where that storyline sat.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they won't do something else. You know what I mean? It may be a film because Disney is trying to focus on films and not doing TV shows anymore.
Mhm.
So it may be a film with Cara Dune in it. She may just be another character that just kind of shows up. She might end up being the one who is running Navarro now.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could easily take her and be like, "Hey, something happened. She's running Navarro now."
Yeah,
Right.
We know they're going to honor Carl Weathers somehow.
Yeah,
And it could be something like this where she has almost like a bit cameo role in the film.
right. Yeah. I don't think it'll be in Mandalorian and Grogu because I think that storyline is going somewhere else. But I think in a future project, because I think they're doing like another. I wanted to say they said something about like one or two more movies to finish off this entire storyline.
Well, I mean, I would assume there's like an Heir to the Empire movie or something.
Yeah,
somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Or like we get Ahsoka going to Navarro for one reason or another, and
right.
Cara Dune is the one.
I could see them doing like a hasty post credit scene for Mandalorian and Grogu with her in it or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, keep in mind, Dave Filoni is still supposed to make a movie.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be season 4 of Mandalorian. Now it's a movie. Jon Favreau's, doing it, but Filoni is still supposed to be heading up.
That's what I'm saying. This is probably going to be an Heir to the Empire movie. So,
and knowing Filoni, this is his signature. He takes pieces of the canon or to be canon that people love, and sticks it in and makes it relevant. I could see him
Yeah.
totally doing that, where he's like, let's grab Gina and bring her back in and make that character relevant again.
Right.
Yeah.
Or she may be associated with the next story that we're gonna get into here in a second.
She may be. Speaking of, it's the return of the Jedi. There's a rumor being reported that Star Wars Tales of the Jedi could return with none other than Luke Skywalker taking the spotlight. If true, it would mark a pretty big shift for the animated anthology series and could offer a fresh shot at exploring Luke in a way the sequel trilogy never quite nailed. According to Insider at Fives Walker, Luke Skywalker is expected to play a major role in the next chapter of Tales of the Jedi. So Lucasfilm hasn't officially announced another installment. Shifting focus to Luke would be a smart move and one that would instantly get fans paying attention. There's also some interesting timing at play. The recent Tales series have both dropped on May 4th, and with Maul Shadow Lord nearing its end, an announcement could be right around the corner.
Oh, that's so
So
interesting.
yeah, what do we think?
So, and that's where kind of I was leaning into on the last one. Cara Dune could show up in animated form too.
Yeah,
It doesn't necessarily mean because Cara Dune is a character and she's working with Disney and Star Wars again, doesn't mean that her character is going to show up in live action. Because the thing is that they kind of already have stuff planned out, right? And it's kind of like, yeah, you could shoehorn her in, but she could also be a character that Luke interacts with because it is still set in that time frame.
right. Yeah,
That is true.
Mhm.
cool.
So-
No, I'd be interested in this. I mean,
This whole Tales of the Jedi with Luke, that blows open the doors to do so many characters.
we could get some really fun like new Jedi Order stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Some callbacks to canon and all that. Because again, I just realized something. I think with the Thrawn stuff, how it happened in Legends, I think Luke's new Jedi Order was involved.
Mhm.
So this could be a way to introduce those elements as well to tie it up a little bit more with the Legends version.
Yeah.
Um,
What also would be something I'd be really excited about if Luke interacts with Kelleran Beck.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
that could be cool.
that interaction would be dope. Well, like a Luke Skywalker, Kelleran Beck, kind of the two of them interacting as like kind of like surviving Jedi kind of thing.
Pretty cool. I mean, I would also maybe want them to bring like Kyle Katarn into canon or something. That would be kind of cool.
We all want Kyle Katarn. We all
Yeah.
want Mara Jade. We all want Kyle Katarn. The problem
Exactly.
is it
Yeah.
gets kind of muddy because
It does get kind of muddy with like
really messed up the timeline that he was in. So it's
and
kind of
like Kyle Katarn is kind of like the Doom guy of Star Wars Legends. So you have some problems there, but that'd be cool. I'm interested in this. I hope that it's true because again, this is just a rumor right now. But I hope that's true. It could be cool. I mean, it's a little fan servicey, but if they have a good story to tell, then I'm there.
And this would like total kick off, kind of the celebration leading into the 50th anniversary next year.
That too.
Imagine like doing new Luke Skywalker content. I mean, they already brought him into Galaxy's Edge. Like he's walking around Galaxy's Edge right now.
Yeah.
with Han Solo and Princess Leia, and
Yeah.
I can see them pushing for more kind of original trilogy content like this, and doing this in a Tales of the Jedi type way. Oh, like a serious tone. Oh,
Yeah. No, it could be cool.
great.
All right. So the big question now is whether Mark Hamill will return to voice Luke, or will it be Sebastian Stan?
I like the take. I mean, in this case, have the voice actor who plays himself play himself.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him lately, Mark Hamill lately, but
Mhm.
I wonder how he sounds because as you get older, your voice changes.
Does change,
different.
Oh, his voice is deeper for sure, deeper than
Yeah.
what it was when he was younger.
So it would be kind of
You
interesting
know.
to see what he sounds like.
I mean, but that isn't unusual because Luke would be a little bit older. So
Yeah, true.
As long as he doesn't sound how Harrison Ford sounded in the new Indiana Jones movie when they aged him down, and he looks young, but he sounds like an old man.
Yeah, he's like all garbly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
I'm gonna jump off this train.
All right, so we're going to move to some corporate drama.
Yeah, God.
How about Tim Apples? After nearly 15 years steering one of the most powerful tech companies on the planet, Tim Cook is officially stepping down as CEO of Apple Incorporated. The company confirmed that John Turnus, currently Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, will take over the top spot starting September 1st. The company confirmed that Cook, well, actually, I already read all that. Cook oversaw some major releases that shaped modern Apple. Bigger screen iPhones kicked off with the iPhone 6 Plus, including entirely new categories like the Apple Watch and AirPods became staples of everyday tech life. One of Cook's biggest impacts came from expanding Apple Services ecosystem. Over the years, the company rolled out Apple TV, Apple Music, Apple News, Apple Fitness, and a bunch of other things. So yeah, this is, corporate drama, but what do we think here?
It makes me wonder, like, why he's suddenly stepping down.
Yeah, I don't know what's going. I mean, I don't want to make any, accusations we could get sued over, but I'm thinking they're big corporate CEO. There could be some things in the background there that he's trying to avoid.
As a former Apple employee,
let's talk about it.
Here we go.
I used to work for Apple. I don't know. I've seen a lot of changes in the way that Tim Cook has handled himself over the last couple of years. Tim Cook used to be someone who was very go-getter. I am going to make sure I take care of everyone around me and every employee that was around and everything like that. And then just kind of the last couple of years, the kind of, I feel like there's a lot of bowing down to get out of the limelight. There is a lot of, I am going to say and do things that get you out of my way so I can go about my business.
Yeah.
And I feel like what's going on with that is that may just be too much. And he's just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
And I would rather step down and not deal with all the crap I have to deal with governmentally when before this stuff was going on, I could just focus on the business and focus on Apple. Well, now I can't just focus on Apple. I have to play politics. And it's I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm done with this. I didn't come into this business to be a politician. I came in this business to innovate a tech company, and I can't do that because everything is getting in my way.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was kind of like probably the impetus of, he may not say that, but it's like,
that does sound,
knowing who Tim Cook is and what he's kind of had to do in the last couple of years, I can see. I'm more surprised that he didn't step down sooner, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever wanted to be the face of the company and be the politician of it all. I think, like what you're saying, I think he just wanted to make good product and help push the company in new directions, but not to be, like what you said, the political face of it all.
Yeah.
As soon as he got on stage, like, after Steve Jobs and everything, I'm just like, I don't know if he's the guy. But he did well. He did well being the face, but he wasn't that, like, I'm going to command the stage, command my presence type of guy.
He did a lot of good things. The thing about Tim Cook, nobody is ever going to be Steve Jobs.
Yes.
No one is ever going to be Steve Jobs. Why? We all said this when we worked at Apple, and this is not a unknown thing. He was a fucking megalomaniacal narcissist. There were stories that we all knew about Steve Jobs rejecting a model of a laptop because they didn't like the way the screws looked. Right? Yeah, I mean, like, and again, working on the tech side of Apple, it's like, yeah, we know that is a megalomaniacal thing to do, is a I am so in charge of this company that, I can reject an entire production line because I don't like the way the screws look.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, because he was that much of a perfectionist, he came out with superior products.
Mm-hmm.
In the time that he was in charge, a lot of the product that he came out with was amazing.
Hmm.
So we will never get another Steve Jobs because you need someone like that, and no company wants to deal with that on a PR level.
Yeah.
That's why they fired Steve Jobs. And then when it was like, you know what, we're failing, bring Steve Jobs back, and he brought the company out of darkness.
Hmm.
Because when they brought Steve Jobs back, the first thing he did was create the iPhone. So I mean,
That's so crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the iPhone. First thing he created was the iPod, and then he created the iPhone.
Yeah. So sounds like Apple is entering a brand new phase. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Phil, this is yours. We're gonna talk about more corporate drama.
Yep. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. It's time for the trend up.
And then we were silent.
Well, here we are with all of the trending news and things going on. Even the greedy people think this is just too greedy. Warner Brothers Discovery just cleared a major hurdle in its future, and things are getting very real for this massive Paramount merger. Shareholders have officially signed off on the $111 billion deal that would reshape the entertainment landscape, but they didn't hold back when it came to how the company is rewarding its top executives on the way out. Yeah, you guys already know I'm going to have a lot to say about this.
Mhm.
At the virtual shareholder meeting that barely stretched past 10 minutes, investors overwhelmingly approved Paramount Skydance's plans to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery at $31 per share in cash.
Shit.
Yeah, that vote moves the deal one step closer to completion and puts David Ellison on track to take control of a seriously powerful entertainment empire. But while the merger itself got strong support, the same couldn't be said for the executive compensation tied to it. A majority of shareholders voted against the massive exit packages lined up for CEO David Zaslav, fuck that guy, and other top brass. According to filings, Zaslav's exit package is enormous. It's set to receive $34.2 million in cash severance, plus $517.2 million in equity, and $44,195 in health-related reimbursements.
What?
Yeah. That puts the total at over $550 million.
Fuck.
On top of that, the company agreed to cover up to $335 million in taxes tied to his accelerated stock vesting, though that number could shift depending on when the deal closes. Side note, David Zaslav also already holds $115.85 million invested stock and recently sold $114 million worth of shares. Zaslav also, this is ridiculous. Zaslav also already holds $115.85 million invested stock. And okay, we repeated that. It's fine.
We're so big. I read it twice.
It's okay.
I mean, you know what? It's worth repeating, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of is, man. So the deal is moving forward, but it's coming with some serious bombastic side eye from investors, lawmakers, and the creative community in itself. Guys, please anchor me here because I'm already pissed off.
I am gonna let Phil get on a soapbox in a second. I think James, you and I should
go for it.
Say our piece first. But like I could go on a whole soapbox too. Basically, usually the like core of my opinions and my little rants or whatever is fuck capitalism, fuck late stage capitalism. James?
I understand the whole okay, there's incentives, there's bonuses, but this is ridiculous. 550 over $500 million just to okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for selling us this company. Here's $500 million to leave the company.
Fuck.
That is nuts.
Insanity. It's criminal. It is honestly criminal.
It's the first time I've agreed with whatever board of directors, executives there are.
Yeah,
just
it's
to be
probably
whoa.
We're going to ever agree with that board of directors.
Yeah. Oh my, wait, you're
What
taking
the
$500 million
fuck,
and
man?
walking away? What? Come
God.
on.
All right. Phil, go.
Why? What has he done? He has a legacy of failure. So he failed up in a way that they had to sell the company. So why does he deserve $500,000? Why? That's basically what I go down. What it comes down to. It is pointless that you give this dude who failed upwards in a way that David Ellison is buying the company. And for what reason? So he can buy more houses and more cars that he's never going to use.
Because the rich protect their own. That's why.
Yeah. You own 114.85 million in stocks. Leave with that.
Yeah.
Leave
Hold
with
on.
that.
He still has that. Remember, he sold 114 million already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still has $115 million worth.
Yeah.
Of vested stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would even be okay with whatever the medical compensation package that he had, what was 44 million. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Be medically comfortable for the rest of your life.
Sure.
But everything else, you don't need any of that.
Yeah.
Put that money to somewhere that's going to be of better use, like back into the fucking company.
Mm-hmm.
They're already cutting people and firing people in order to give the executives more money.
Yeah.
Disney just
give them a fucking package.
Yeah, Disney just fired their entire visual, Marvel's entire visual effects team. Right? For what? Why? Why did you get rid of Marvel's visual effects team?
Money.
For money, so that the CEOs could have more money. They are firing people in order to put AI in place of a lot of things, right? But you're giving David Zaslav a exit package of $500,000.
Billion.
Yeah.
Sorry, $500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah. No, fuck
Yeah.
off. It's pointless.
More money than the fucking gods.
It's pointless.
Ridiculous.
It's a waste of money. It's taking more money out of circulation that makes the rest of us have to fight for more scraps.
Yeah. It is consolidation. It is, now they know, hey, we're going to do it. We're going to just, put all the money into us. It's class. It's, I could go full Dodds here, but class conflict, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go.
We have to keep talking about this.
I'm not going to go too much further on this. I'm just going to leave it at that. But it is something that frustrates me to all hell, mainly because it is another way to protect rich people rather than trying to help the people who make them rich.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
To have that much amount of money, it's crazy to think they're like, okay, this one guy, you get this as your package to leave the company. How many other people, think of how much money that Paramount and Skydance and probably Warner has just sitting around, just okay, yeah, we're going to use it to pay executives. when they should be making films. They
Yeah.
should be making TV shows.
Yeah.
Remember we
They should
talked
be
about
doing what they are as an entertainment company.
Remember we talked about this a few weeks ago with the American Monty Python guy, Terry Gilliam.
Gillum, yeah.
He
Terry
was
Gilliam,
like, I just want to make this movie for like a few $1 million, and he can't even get it made. He can't even get the rights to make it made and get it
Yeah.
done, which is through like Paramount Skydance. And they were like, okay, Paramount Skydance, here's $500 million to some guy that's just
for this random motherfucker. Yeah, it's just anyway. Let's move on.
It's such a different level.
So like I'm trying to look up right now, right? What films has David Zaslav made? Is he a filmmaker? Oh no, he's not.
No,
he's not at all. He's been an executive his entire life.
Yeah.
So what actual contribution has he done to the company?
Yeah.
Again, because you failed so much that they sold the company, that they were trying to sell the company in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you destroyed this company to a point where they had to sell the company, why do you deserve $500 million?
$500 million. And honestly, this is what he's good at, is coming into a company, hacking it up to a point where it's like somebody else wants to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like people pay him to come and murder a bunch of people and then give him money.
Yeah, he was the one that's going to be like, I'm going to take all the blame for everything that's about to happen. Selling off things, Batgirl, not putting out Batgirl and using it as a tax write-off, getting rid of Looney Tunes, that sort of thing, not releasing projects. It's all on me, so I can get $500 million.
Yeah. Oh, So anyway, so the big conclusion here: fuck David Zaslav.
Yeah,
that's the big conclusion.
It's again, like you're somebody who is taking from the film industry that did nothing to advance the film industry, that gave nothing to the film industry, and
and this all started with Warner Brothers being in like $56 billion debt. Now they're going to give $500 million to somebody that's leaving the company. Like, oh my god.
Anyway, Rutabaga, we should get going here.
Yeah, so let's stop beating this dead horse, because we are beating the living shit out of it,
or unliving shit rather.
Yeah, we have destroyed it to the point where we don't need to destroy it anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk schedules, right? So Tuesdays, Distance Nerding, all the nerdy news on Distance Nerding, and the show that you're watching right now, everything that we talk about as far as like all the news that's happening. Thursdays, Distance Nerding interviews. Now this week we are going to be talking with Megan Findall. We're taking it back to old school style, guys. Megan is a cosplayer and a competition fencer.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun talking to someone on this level. She's also friends with friend of the show, Crystal Star, and that's kind of how she got referred to us, was Crystal Star from Lego Masters was like, hey, you should interview Megan. She's really interesting. And she's also local to Sacramento, so that's going to be even more fun. So she'll be on. We'll be talking nerdy stuff. We'll talk about the things on there, and of course, guys, tune in. We are still doing our brackets, and we are doing brackets for some of the best movies, best comedies, and we need all of your guys' input. So we will see everybody on Thursday. Friday, typically we do the buzzer. Now I'm going to be doing the buzzer in person, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah. So here in Sacramento, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the Sacramento area and you can make your way to New Helvetia Brewery from 6 to 9 on Friday, May 1st, we are doing Star Wars trivia. We're going to be giving away a whole bunch of prizes. We're doing this in conjunction with Sat Geeks, and it's going to be a good time, guys. We're going to have
in on that.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. So if you are in the Sacramento Sacramento area, or you can get to the Sacramento area, make your way to New Helvetia from 6 to 9 on Friday, and we'll do some Star Wars trivia. I'm actually writing a whole bunch of new questions, so we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun.
That's all.
Awesome.
All right.
All
So there will not be a stream on Friday then.
There will not be a stream on Friday because we are doing trivia live, and then Saturday we are going to be at the
Creative.
No, Capital Creative is next weekend. This
okay.
weekend we are doing the Game Developers Conference in Rancho Cordova. So
Nice.
that's gonna be a lot of fun too. So we those are places where you can catch us this week, guys. As always, only in Pacific Standard Time because that's the only time zone that exists.
Yeah,
exactly.
Lots going on.
Totally.
Lots going on.
Totally not in a completely different time zone now.
No. It's the only. What it is that you are working on our time, just somewhere else. So
I thought we were on Filipino time, but that's me.
We're always on Pinoy time. All right. So with that being said, Shadu, tell everybody where they can follow you, sir.
Yes, I am at SHDU Studios everywhere. For my music, it is at SHDU Music. I talk about lore, world building, writing, pretty much everything else. There are edited episodes of The Great Con. They're going out on my channel. They'll be going out every Wednesday. There should have been one last week. So go watch those. If you want a little refresher, if you want, to be spiced up with some music and some, sound and all of that. So yeah, go and watch that.
There we go. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the taco party, you can head to distancenerding.com, hit that big blue button at the top of the screen, and join the taco party. Makes it so we can do more shows, more events, and have better prizes and things like that. Again, we're going to be doing trivia this Friday, so make your way to New Helvetia. Of course, you can connect with us everywhere at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to email us, you can email us at distancenerding@aol.com. And we will read your email live on air. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. James, take us home, sir.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
That's right. So that is it. We will catch everybody on Thursday.
Yes.
Deuces.
Peace.
Deuces.
Distance Nerding.